Recently, I've been studying the role of monsters in medieval literature, particularly the rising of undead corpses reanimating and coming back to life in the end of the 12th century, early 13th century. And the interesting thing about these corpses is that they're seen as signs of disruption, of subversion, of inversion in a religious, social, and political context. That they are not just markers of something unusual, but actually they are symptoms of wider problems. And this is because the medievals had this idea that I've spoken about before, that the world consists of God's divine order. It is harmonious and it has certain kind of proportional relationships. When these are disrupted at one level, they're disrupted at all levels. There's almost like a breakage within the divine order, and so unnatural things occur, such as the dead coming back to life, but not in a good way. They are undead. They are corpses reanimated. And so this often gets associated then, the revenant, the undead corpse, is often associated with other things, because the undead corpse is a bearer of contagion, of disease, just as for some writers the heretic is spreading a disease of the mind or of the soul, heresy. In the same way, the ruler, the wicked ruler, the tyrant, he is the cause or inflames disease across the land by his bad policies, disease and death. And so that which disrupts the social order, that which goes against God's divine order, is monstrous by default. And so you can see the monster as being juxtaposed to the political status quo. Now that makes sense in that context, but what happens when the status quo is itself an inversion of the divine order? Do those who oppose it, do the dissidents become the monsters in that system, even though they are like the angels of God in reality? That's an interesting question, and one I keep rolling over in my mind, because there is something to be said about distance. Status quos become ossified, they become dead, they lose life, and new things have to be ushered in, and each time it is as if a monster has taken over.